what exactly made Captain Sig so thrilled? It turns out that all of the crab pots he set out 30 hours ago were stuffed to the brim. Having that many snow crabs in the pots is a pretty rare sight. Even after releasing the small and female crabs, there were still nearly 1,000 legal-sized male crabs that made it into the hold. Captain Sig is truly a legendary figure in the Bering Sea. The sight of so many crabs had both the crew and the captain ecstatic, to the point that Captain Sig was even laughing uncontrollably and almost running out of oxygen at one point. But just 2 days ago, it was a completely different story. In the midst of a storm, when they were hauling up their crab pots, there wasn't a single crab in sight. Now, that's not something Captain Sig is used to. While some of the subsequent pots had a few crabs in them, the majority were disappointingly empty. Captain Sig didn't want to waste any more time at that spot, so he decided to pull the pots, find a new location, and increase the soak time to 30 hours on the seafloor. You might wonder why the crabs were entering the pots in the first place. Well, these pots are baited with crushed herring and cod, the crab's favorite treats. Herring in the bait canisters emit an enticing aroma, and the cod serves as a meal for the crabs, keeping them inside. The pots have 2 rectangular entrances on either side, and once the crabs get in, they can't get out. It works on the same principle as the pots we use on land. After 30 hours, Captain Sig began to retrieve the pots, and when those pots broke the surface, the crew erupted in cheers. The number of crabs inside the pots proved that Captain Sig had picked the right spot once again. If the crew was already thrilled with that amount, what came next can only be described as a crab bonanza. The massive crab haul would mean a significant income for the crew, and that's why they were all so excited. Captain Sig is indeed one of the highest earning captains out there. However, at the same time up in the northwest, Captain Keith was having a rougher time. While his crab catch was decent, the weather was exceptionally harsh. The wind and waves relentlessly battered the boat, and the crew had to endure the cold and exhaustion while working on deck. Captain Keith kept reminding the crew to watch out for the big waves crashing over the deck. When the crew heard his warnings, they hurried to find something sturdy to hold onto, preventing themselves from being swept into the sea. Even with such dreadful weather, the crew persevered, working for a continuous 24 hours until they could finally return to the galley for some food and rest. This is the daily life of crab fishermen in the Bering Sea. While the income is substantial, it comes at a price, demanding high physical endurance and strong mental resilience.